Ladies and gentlemen, you're watching Talking with Michael. How you doing? I'm Michael. And today we have Enchante Wait. Right? Is that how you're supposed to?
Enchante Wait.
Enchante.
Oh, yeah, Enchante Wait. yeah, you got it right. Yeah.
So how are you?
I'm doing good.
Now, you're a musician, producer, promoter,
Yes.
social media marketing genius, and you're Jamaican.
And I'm Jamaican.
You're
Yes.
Jamaican.
Yes.
So
The
first,
best
let's go back. So you were born and raised in Jamaica.
I was born in Jamaica. I lived in Jamaica for 11 years. Then I moved to America, moved to Florida for like a year and a half, then moved to Martha's Vineyard, then moved to Franklin, Massachusetts.
Wow.
Then I moved to New York, and here I am.
And here you are. How is that transition, especially in this era of foreigners coming to America, invading? How do you... First, how do you feel about some of the commentary of people coming to America? And
I feel like it's just very contradictory because
Okay.
America is quote unquote the land of the free,
Right.
and you're supposed to, like they said, oh, everyone is welcome and this and that, and we come here to better our lives, and we're being told, oh, you're here to take our jobs, oh, you should go back to your home, you're not welcome here. So it's just very interesting, very contradicting, but nevertheless, I'm still here. I'm not going anywhere. So I know, just have to take it for what it is, turn a negative into a positive.
Now, were
basically.
you creative back then? Like when did you start singing?
I've
rapping,
always been doing music
Okay.
because growing up I had to find different outlets. Being away from my parents, they came here to work to get me to America. So throughout school, we would have Jamaica Day festival. Jamaica is a very artistic place. So growing up, I was a very artistic kid. I was always involved in schools and plays,
Okay.
cheerleading, dancing. I was always doing something. So it's always been with me. It's always been a part of me.
Now, was there a transition creatively that you went through?
Yes.
From your parents leaving to America, now did you write a whole bunch of
Yeah, I
sad
wrote
poems?
I mean, I feel like everybody goes through that regardless of if their parents leaves them or not.
Right.
Because you have the whole teenage angst and...
Oh my goodness, were you the girl with the notebook?
I mean, I had a diary, yeah. I had a diary. I had a songbook.
Okay.
I had a lot of different little books that I wrote down my thoughts in. I would always draw. I was always painting.
Okay.
But yeah, I always turned whatever I was feeling into something creative.
Okay. Wow. It's interesting. When we first spoke, you said you didn't realize you were black until you
Yeah.
came to America.
No.
What was that like?
It was just, all right, so in Jamaica, obviously, like, if you've ever traveled outside of the United States, you could tell that there are different varieties of people in whatever country you go to. So we have Chinese Jamaicans, we have Japanese Jamaicans, Indian Jamaicans, we have white Jamaicans. We're a very large group. Our motto is, out of many one people, we are one. So I never identified as a black woman. I always knew I was darker. I always knew I'm from African descent. But I never once thought to myself that, oh yeah, I'm just black. I'm just black, and everywhere I go, I have to project that.
Okay.
But when I moved to America, I had to adopt a whole new identity. Okay, I am a black woman. I am black, woman, and immigrant.
Okay.
When I came to America. Yes. It was it was a lot. It was a lot to take on, especially not having to resonate with that so much. I was just a person in Jamaica. I was just a person, just like anybody else, working towards...
Wow, what is that like, being just a person?
It
Sounds great.
it just, I didn't think about it because it was so normal. I was just a person. I was just another person walking around, another Jamaican walking around, and no one ever made me feel different for being maybe like a Jamaican that was a woman, or maybe a lighter skinned Jamaican. You know what I mean? So
Do you ever create anything political based on all these different? Oops, we're live. I heard a glitch of the sound. So when have you ever created anything expressing like these feelings of? Because that's an interesting transformation.
When I moved to America, my art did change a little bit. I remember I came here when I was 12. I remember my first couple of months, I ended up drawing and painting like all these paintings with like black, white, yellow hands, and yeah, it was just and my art was
moment.
I had everybody holding up the world, and I posted it on Facebook. I think I looked back on my memories a couple days ago, and I saw it. But I ended up being an activist at school, especially going to an all-white high school in Martha's Vineyard. So I ended up speaking on that.
Wait, people live there?
Yes,
I thought that's a place people go.
No, people live there. I went to high school. Yeah. Victoria's actually, we lived there together.
And for those, Victoria is her friend that's in the studio.
Yes, she is here. She's here. Victoria's here,
they don't
everybody.
know.
Victoria's
This
here.
is live and they don't know.
Victoria's here, everyone.
Okay.
Pardon me. Yes, so people live there. I went to high school there, all 4 years of high school.
Now,
my
I know
art
this is a little
definitely
different,
changed.
but with Martha Vineyard, what is that like when it's not in season, when the celebrities aren't
Yeah,
going to hang out?
it is very quiet. Everything is closed. There are about maybe 5 or 6 restaurants that are open, if that many.
Okay.
You can't shop on Martha's Vineyard unless you have a lot of money. And unfortunately, my family and I do not. So we would have to order a lot of stuff or go off island to shop.
Wow.
There's a lot of different mental illness there because a lot of the kids don't know what to do with how they're feeling and stuff. So a lot of mental illness develop from that. So yeah, it's a lot of
Now again, would that be more so? I have money. I'm privileged. I don't know what to do.
No,
syndrome
it is.
kind of
It
thing,
is
or
just like
not having
anything to do. It's just
literally
very quiet.
Oh,
It's like ghost town when all the tourists leave. It's hard to like figure out where to, like, what is going to be your outlet when you don't want to get involved with like school and stuff, because school is not for everybody. Lucky for me, I was like, okay, I'm gonna do cheerleading, I'm gonna do dance team, I'm gonna do radio, I'm gonna do print club, I'm gonna get involved with track and field. But that's not for everybody. So the kids who didn't have that like mindset, okay, like this is what my focus is on, they turn to other things. I developed anxiety and depression from living there too, but I dealt with it differently. Some people, it affected them more severely. So a lot of my friends ended up in mental institutions. Like, it's just a very normal thing.
Did any particular faith or practices that you had to help keep you grounded?
I just told myself that I was fine. I literally just told myself that I'm okay. I realized that.
Now, did you answer back after you told yourself that?
Yes.
I'm just.
I'm
okay.
I'm okay. Yeah.
Yes, we are.
Yes. No. Literally, I realized that I realized that I have a lot of power in my words.
Okay.
And what happens to me. So I use that energy, and I just told myself that everything is fine. I'm going to be fine. And whenever I have an anxiety attack, I tell myself to just calm down, and I'm okay.
Wow. And you just thought to do that, or did anyone guide you to do that? Or you just...
It happened, well, when I first got diagnosed with anxiety, I was working at Lola's. I usually work about 4, 5, 6 jobs when I'm on Martha's Vineyard for the summer.
Okay.
I was working at Lola's. I had just left MV Alston to go to my shift at Lola's, and I was working a comedy show. So this is like a big comedy show. A lot of famous comedians, African American comedians were there, and I had to seat everybody in the house, make sure that people that bought their tickets were gonna be seated, and whoever was sitting in the restaurant had to get out. So people were eating and they weren't getting up. They didn't pay for the comedy show. So when the comedy show started, the people for the comedy show were there, and then they wouldn't leave. So they were here So they were here ready for their seats and complaining why these people sitting in my seats, yada yada. So I was dealing with just a lot, but I was used to that because that's what I do. I deal with people. That's my field. I deal with a lot of people, and the reason why I liked working that job was because it helped me to have experience in working with like large groups of people and knowing how to calm people down and deal with them and like just sort things out. I was helping this lady. I came back to my hostess stand. All of a sudden, I felt myself falling. Everything went kind of like black. I couldn't breathe. I was certain I was gonna die. My coworker came, checked my blood, my pulse, my pulse, and with her, what do you call it? The iWatch or something like that.
Oh shit! To check. There's an iWatch.
Yeah, iWatch, something like that. that watch thing, and
it was like a good iWatch commercial.
iWatch. But yeah, she came and checked my pulse and was just making sure I was okay. I got brought to the hospital. I was in an emergency room back to back for 4 days straight. Got diagnosed with anxiety and depression. Turns out I had a panic attack. For the rest of the summer, I had panic attacks.
Now, how you get anxiety and depression? Because isn't that kind of like...
Yeah. I got diagnosed.
What's your sign?
I'm a Scorpio.
Okay, so you're not even Gemini. You don't even have that excuse. Like.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I just got blessed. I got double blessed at once. And then not only that, I got diagnosed with anemia and really bad acid reflux.
Well, this is the thing too, because sometimes people are a little quick to diagnose, put a name on something that doesn't, and so people say it doesn't matter what you call music or sound. I went through that phase, but I also realized it is important what you label things and the power of the word that you put out there.
Yeah.
Because I don't think you had all that going.
Yeah, they just said I did.
Yeah.
But
because you basically was like, yes, I do not have that.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
You just
basically.
You took control of yourself there.
I've been doing a lot better. It comes and goes. Sometimes when I'm at work, I have to step outside and just breathe and just calm myself down.
Where's that strength come from, though? Like, can you label that at all, or describe it?
It's just
because
willpower.
It's easy for people to just, okay, that's what I have, and that I give up. Or
no, I can't though.
You have that strength, obviously.
Yeah. I can't. I don't know. My parents have been working really hard to get me here. I'm the oldest of 3 girls.
Oh wow. So you're the trailblazer.
Yes.
Of the children.
So I basically raised my little sister. I don't know. I can't not go on. And plus I'm Jamaican. Right. So it's just like, it's just a lot of stuff that I should do.
Now what does that mean? Yeah, because I mean, I know what it means, but I'm just going to play dumb. What does that mean?
What do you mean? Like
what does that mean? What? Yeah, I'm Jamaican.
You know, like...
You got to have 20 jobs?
No, I mean, no. It's just there's a certain standard to hold as being a Caribbean child. Obviously, I'm a very different Caribbean child. If you can see my hair and stuff.
Now, it wasn't like that when I met you. That's another conversation.
Yes, but oh god, but I'm just trying to just keep going and not let my family down, basically, and not let myself down. Because regardless of all the stuff that has been happening with me and stuff, I'm not going to allow anything to get in the way of that.
Well, you're Jamaican,
Mm-hmm.
and you're a woman,
Yes.
and you're black,
And I'm black.
and you're African American,
And I'm black.
and you're
and American.
Afro-Caribbean American,
Yes.
but you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
Now, it's interesting. See, now talking to you,
Mm-hmm.
I see the growth because you have a company,
Mm-hmm.
OVWs,
Yes.
where you work with artists to promote them
Mm-hmm.
and to help cultivate
Yeah.
their
Just.
talent.
Mm-hmm.
Does that come from that? Because it seems like you're helping to calm their nerves. You're helping to. It's interesting. Like,
I don't know. I've always been the kind of person to help other people,
mm-hmm.
but also I love to see other artists as an artist
Okay.
who isn't of high status. You know what I mean? I don't have that like, oh, have you heard of Oshante Wait? So
Yeah, she's on Talking with Michael. Plug.
oh my god. no, but do you get what I mean though?
Right.
Like I want to be
The
able,
underdog.
Yeah, I want to be able to. Since I never had anybody promoting me like that. I never had anybody
Going
push
hard,
me,
being a
going
cheerleader.
hard, being a cheerleader for me, and I would like to do that for other people
Okay.
and let them know that I can do that for them. So every artist that I promote, more artists are seeing that, oh, word, like, this is what her business is. Like, okay, so I can come to her and she'll help me out.
And you know what?
And-
That's a good segue. What are your services? What do you do?
Hello. OVWs is a community for creativity and self-expression. It is open to everybody. OVWs promote artists. We promote artists, and I promote my art, and I sell my own pieces, jewelry, shirts on there. On OVWs, you can see a variety of poetry, music, paintings, sculptures, graphic design, anything you could think of. All types of art.
Anything someone could make.
Anything you could make. If that's what you make, and I think it's great, and I feel like people aren't realizing what you are doing, and I think that you need to be recognized, I will promote it for you. That is what OVWs is.
And you're currently working on the website, right?
Yes, I had a website, but I started OVWs in high school.
Okay.
So I didn't really have bills to pay. So I paid for the website and everything. It was great. I actually entered a competition like Shark Tank, but it was called Lobster Tank for Lobster Tank. Yeah, it was Lobster Tank for high schoolers.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, it was cute. But they honestly helped me, and one of the people from there she became my mentor. She actually became one of my bosses.
Oh, wow.
So she also motivated me. She had me sell my products and promote OVWs in her store.
Oh, wow, that's nice.
It was amazing. So from there on forth, I was like, okay, so this is something serious. Like, I have to continue to promote this.
Now, do you have a full team, or you're doing everything yourself?
I'm doing everything by myself, but the thing about promoting these artists and stuff, I'm hoping to create relationships. So some of them could actually work with me in the future in the way of like, okay, because I'm hoping to have my own headquarters in New York soon. So my artists in New York, I would probably partner with them and they'll help me out with OVWs. And they could have their art in the headquarters and everything as well.
That's deep. It's nice that you're giving so much of yourself to help other people to create and to get their voice heard.
Yeah, because my voice wasn't really heard, so now I'm speaking through other people.
Now, how long have you felt that your voice was not heard? Does this go back ever since?
It was just being in Jamaica and stuff, and not with my family. My family, when I moved to America, my parents had to get to know me because they were away from me for so long. So different families got to see a piece of me while I was developing and creating myself. So the families I live with, they don't even know me.
Wow.
So coming here, I finally was able to, okay, this is who I am, and this is who you guys have to deal with. So I came here, expressed my voice, expressed who I am, and I was open about it. I was always muted. I was always, okay, so this is the house that you're staying at. Okay, so different rules here, different rules there, yada yada.
Wow.
So Oshante was never really Oshante until I finally came here and I was like, okay, I'm with my family, so now I can be as open as possible. Now they can see who I am, and I am sure of who I am.
Wow. And again, it's interesting as I hear you speak. I could see, even from my experience consulting creative artists, that's the same process.
Yes.
It's really like, who are you? Let's explore who you are and how we translate that through what you're trying to say, which is really interesting. So your process in working with artists, how prepared do they need to be before coming to you? How raw of a situation could it be?
I reach out to them. I'll reach out to them if I see their work, or somebody, they could be referred to me by other people.
Okay.
So I'm always emailing, calling people, texting people. So all they have to do is answer 3 questions. Just 3 questions, and send me
the oracle.
3 questions. They only have to answer 3 questions, and it's literally just, who are you? And how do you express yourself? Who are you? How do you express yourself? I connect those 2.
Okay.
And why? Why do you express yourself this way? I want to know why. Like, why do you consider yourself a creative, and why do you create the things that you create? Where do these pieces of art or everything that you do, where does this come from? Like, why is this something important to you? And the last question is, I want to know, what do they think about OVWs? I want to know, how can they connect themselves to OVWs, and why do they fit in with OVWs? So all they have to do is answer 3 questions. Everybody gets a free shirt. I'll mail them a free shirt, and they'll send me a submission video. And it's a very simple process. I've been working with a lot of different people, and it's been going very well so far. I think I'm going to start like a feature Friday, because not everybody can send a video, and I learned that the hard way. But I actually ended up editing about like 6 or 7 videos myself.
Wow.
Because a lot of people didn't have the equipment to do it. So what artists were doing is sending me clips of themselves answering questions, and just them being very raw and themselves. So they were sending me their videos, and I had to edit them for them.
Wow.
So that was a lot of work, and I think I'm gonna just keep that for like, okay, like, if you want to do it, then you can go ahead. But what I'm gonna start implementing, what I do is I post the artists every 2 weeks now. So in the gap of that, every 2 weeks, I'm gonna do like a feature Friday. All they have to do is answer the questions, send me their artwork, we talk a little bit, I get to see who the artist is, and I'll post them for the Friday.
And how do they contact you?
They contact me through, I have an email, OVWs on the Instagram page, and I have an email, I have an Instagram, and I have a Facebook page.
What's the email?
The email is ovwscreative@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes, it's on the Instagram.
OVWscreative?
Creative@gmail.com.
Okay.
Yes, creative@gmail.com. And the Facebook page is OVWs, and the Instagram is OVWs.
Okay.
Everything is on there. All the links are on there. I make it very clear. It's not hard to reach me.
Is anybody you can mention that you're dealing with right now that you're like super proud of?
I'm proud of all my artists. I'm proud of all of them. Oh my God. One of them, oh my God. All right, so recently I did this interview with him in February. I have yet to post him because I know he has a lot of different stuff coming, and I'm waiting for it to drop, and I'm very excited. I'm very excited. His name is Malik Capo,
Okay.
or Capo. I always mispronounce it. He recently was on the cover of A$AP Rocky's new album.
Oh, okay.
So he's been working with A$AP Rocky, and he's been working with a bunch of different like creatives, and he's been producing his own music. So he's about to take off, and I'm very excited for him. So I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him, especially. I'm proud of all my artists. One of my artists, her name is Halima. Her parents are from, I think, Ghana. They're from Ghana, but she lives in the Bronx. She does a lot of pieces acknowledging or corresponding with the issues that African Americans deal with in America. And regarding, she made this beautiful piece regarding feminine, the feminine side of men, and just kind of celebrating that. And it's beautiful. It's this painting of this guy. He has flowers around him, and he just looks very happy.
Question. Because I see a lot of people doing that now, making the same statement. Is there anything else that we could take a picture with men besides flowers?
Oh no, she painted it. She painted it. He never actually.
And it's random, but I just someone just did that on Instagram today. I'm like,
no, yeah. No, she painted.
We're nurturing.
Yes,
we could take care of babies. We could do other stuff besides whole flowers. I'm just random.
No, she took the picture. She took the picture of him.
Okay.
But she painted like the flowers, like his hair became flowers.
That's cool.
It's very beautiful. I'm gonna post her, I think, maybe week after next week.
Now, all the people that you represent, do you find yourself connecting in a different way with all these artists?
Yes.
And what creates that connection for you?
It's just the realness, the rawness,
Is that what you look for?
I look for that. If you cannot be comfortable with opening up with me, and then why do you create? Why are you creating? What is your statement? Is this just for fun? Like, do you actually have a reason behind all of this? Like, where is all of this coming from?
Like, is it self-serving?
Is it just like, oh, okay, I'm just gonna paint something today? Like, if that's why you're here, then I'm sorry, this OVW is not the outlet for you. OVW is an outlet.
Do you turn people away? That's a good question. Yeah.
I haven't turned anyone away yet, because the people that have been approaching me, I make OVWs very clear of what it is. So I've been getting people that have been very understanding of okay, like, so this is a space for me to be myself. This is a space for me to be free and openly share my artwork without limitations.
So we're very thankful that you took the time to not only go within self and be strong,
Thank you.
but also allow people to do that as well, and creating a space for that. I think that's amazing. Just give us your social media one more time.
Okay, so Instagram at OVWs, O.VWS. My Gmail is ovwscreative@gmail.com, and my Facebook is OVWs.
Awesome. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Shantae, wait.
Thank you, Michael.
Shantae, wait.
Thank you, Michael.
You have to, Shantae.
Wait. yeah.
You're watching Talking with Michael. Michael, thank you very much, and continue to embrace the journey. We'll see you next time. Woohoo! How you feeling?
I felt good. It was good.